Namaste everybody, sorry if that was a bit of a jittery start, we're just trying to work out this live feed thing. Hope everyone's doing well out there. In this session today we're going to do a bit more of a focus on the mind and how we can meditate on certain aspects of how the mind works and how we can be more mindful in our in our meditation practice within this context. But the lessons we can learn on mindfulness are things we can apply in our everyday life. Things like study, how we interact with people, our own that internal dialogue. So first thing we want to do is to be in an area where we're distraction free, where we can have a bit of quiet and somewhere where we can be comfortable. And if you'd like to, you can just gently close your eyes. When we close our eyes, we just cut off any of that unnecessary stimulus that's going to distract us. We're just going to kick things off with a wonderful yoga saying called the silent witness. It's actually a form of meditation, and when we look at the word meditation, all meditation really is what you practically engage your senses in. So when we meditate upon the mantras, when we meditate upon our breath, when we meditate upon our bad day, we're focusing our senses and our thought on that particular thing. So with this silent witness meditation, I just want everyone out there to just, if you can, just repeat after me. You don't have to repeat out loud, just in your own mind. I am the silent witness. I make no effort to think, but thoughts come automatically. I am watching the thoughts flow through my mind, but I am aloof from them. I am the silent witness of my mind's activities. So meditation is also a wonderful way to rein the mind in, and instead of letting it go of its own accord, which as a silent witness meditation dictates, we don't have to actually make any effort to think. Our mind can just go on a complete tangent. Thoughts will come and thoughts will go. So with this in mind, it's really important that we really just make an effort to make sure that our thoughts and the focus of our mind is on what we need, what is beneficial. So as we go through this practice today, I just encourage you to keep in mind the mind's activities. So first thing we're going to focus on is, if you'd like to bring your hands onto your stomach, just around where the belly button is, we're just going to do some mindful abdominal breaths. So as we breathe in, we want to breathe in through the nose. As we breathe in, we just gently push the stomach out as if a balloon inflating. And as we breathe out through the nose again, we gently draw the belly button back toward the spine. Our hands are only there to act as a reference, so abdominal breathing is not easily accomplished by those who are so used to shallow breathing. So take your time with this breath. Really focus on the actions that you're doing. Can you feel with your hands your stomach push out as you breathe in? Can you feel the stomach drop? Can you feel your abdominal muscles very, very gently contract as you drag the belly button back toward the spine? Are you breathing in too quickly? The more we sit still, the less of the rate of breath we really need. So instead of taking lots of breaths, short, sharp breaths, we want to really prolong the inward breath and really prolong the outward breath. And by doing so, we're going to naturally inhale a lot of air, and then as we exhale, as we prolong the exhalation, we're making sure we're pushing any stagnant air that's been sitting in our lungs, the lower third of the lungs especially. So just making sure we're being mindful of the speed and the depth and the length of our inward and outward breath. In our everyday lives, it's very easy to not be mindful of how we're breathing because breathing is so second nature. But imagine how many breaths you would take in a day. And if you were breathing in such a way that was causing a lack of oxygenation to the body, there's going to be a whole host of roll-on effects from this. And as I say to most people when I teach breathing exercises, it's not about carving out time to breathe properly. It's not a matter of, okay, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's time to breathe. It's much better to try and make a habit of mindful breathing, of breathing properly, so you can oxygenate the body properly, and you can calm the nervous system. So instead of it being a practice you engage in only a small amount of the day, you utilize breath, and you utilize that ability to step back and really watch your mind as a silent witness. You use that as a reaction. So you use that as a reaction. That's your go-to strategy for stress, for any pain you feel in the body. Even when you're feeling good. Remember to breathe. Be mindful of the patterns that your body tells you. Your body will tell you when you're feeling stressed, not just the mind. And that's when you go, okay, it's time to stop this process by just something as easy as just taking 5 slow and deep and mindful breaths. Once we're feeling comfortable with using our abdominals as the facilitator of our breath, we're going to move into a bit more of a focused breathing exercise. It's a style of yoga nidra, and we're going to approach the yoga nidra with the intention of energizing the body. So the way we're going to do this is when you take your breath in, you can put your hands wherever you'd like. If you're still having trouble using that lower third of the lungs, that abdominal area as where you're directing the breath, you can keep your hands on the stomach. Otherwise, put your hands wherever you need to, wherever is most comfortable for you. So the idea of the yoga nidra is with our inward breath, we're going to focus on different parts of the body. And when we draw that inward breath in and focus it to that particular part, we're going to visualize that area of the body is waking up, it's energizing, almost like electricity is the best way I find is the best analogy. You're sending that gentle electrical impulse to the area. And then as we breathe out, we let go of that stagnant energy. And again, mindfulness is very important. So you want to be mindful of your breath in, and you want to be mindful of where you're sending the area. Really concentrate on where you're sending that inward breath. So we're going to start, we're just going to go through the different joints of the body, the main joints of the body. So as we breathe in, I want everyone to breathe in, send the breath to your ankles, that energizing electrical inward breath to the ankles, waking up the ankles. And as you breathe out, all that stagnant energy leaves the body. You can take more than one breath if you need. Really using the power of the mind to create that intention of energization, of invigoration. So on our next inward breath, we're going to send that same energizing energy to our knees. Breathing out the stagnant and still and rigid energy. Really exciting those parts of the body. Our next inward breath, we're going to send that inward breath to the hip, the entire hip complex, the front of our hips, across the back of our hips. Energizing the entire hip joint complex. And remember, you don't have to speed the breath up. If you find you do naturally speed the breath up because it's quite an invigorating breath, that's okay, but try and be mindful of how slow or how fast or how deep you're breathing. The more breath you can take in, the more you have to work with. So with our next inward breath, we're going to draw the breath to the very bottom of our spine, where our spine meets our hip. And as we breathe in, we're going to draw that energizing energy up the spine on the inward breath. It's going to come all the way to the back of our head. And as we breathe out, our spine, we draw that rigidity out from the top down. Replacing that sleepy and sluggish energy with that bright and exciting inward breath. Again, you can take more than one breath if you need. We're going to send now our next inward breath into our wrists, both wrists. For all the other massage therapists or physiotherapists out there, this is quite a handy tool in your arsenal to help energize your tools of the industry, so to speak. Sending the inward breath to our elbows. Our hands and our forearms now are feeling a bit more energized. We're going to send our next inward breath to our shoulder joint, where our arm meets our torso. We're going to finish by just going through the different facial features, our jaw and our chin. It's very subtly waking up our nose, our cheekbones, our eyes and our ears, our forehead and our temples, all waking up, all feeling energized, and all viewing the areas with that exciting, almost as if you're anticipating a great event, is another way you can describe that sensation, like something exciting is about to happen. So you're going to just create a bit of gentle movement in the body now. You may like to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You may like to rotate the wrists and the ankles. You may like to rub the palms together, generate a little bit of heat. You may like to put your palms over the eyes. If you haven't already, feel free to just gently open your eyes, get used to the light around you, get used to the environment around you. You may like to roll the shoulders. Now that our body's feeling a little more excited on that neural level, we can give that energy an outlet. So just these movements, gentle, mindful movements. Okay. I hope everyone else out there is feeling a little more energized and a little more excited. Going to jump straight into some mantra meditation now. And we're going to do, the type of mantra meditation we're going to do is called Gaur-ra-ang-ga breathing. Now, just to briefly explain, mantra meditation is meditation upon the mantras, and mantras are ancient yogic sound vibrations that can really help our minds be a lot more clearer. It can really, the more you engage in it, the more benefit you'll see when it comes to your mood, when it comes to those anxieties of the world. Engaging in things like meditative breathing or meditative mantra meditation, are all tools that you can add to your arsenal to help you cope through the day. So the way Gaur-ra-ang-ga breathing works, so Gaur-ra-ang-ga is the mantra we'll be using, and for this exercise it's going to be broken down into 4 syllables: Gaur-ra-ang-ga. And the way we're going to use this, as the name suggests, is as we breathe in, we say the mantra in our minds, Gaur-ra-ang-ga. And then as we exhale, we externalize the sound, Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Just like that. You don't have to be too loud with it. If you're in a house where you have a lot of housemates or you have neighbors and you can't make a lot of sound, that's fine. You can just even whisper it. That's okay. The point is to really keep the mind focused on the mantra itself. Now, I've got this guitar here because I think it's just going to be easier to keep time, and melody is always nice to do this kind of stuff too. So I'll do 1 Gaur-ra-ang-ga breath, and then I'll prompt everybody to take a deep breath in and when to breathe out with me, okay? Gaur-ra-ang-ga. exhale with me. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Breathe in and out with me. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. We're gonna follow that rhythm. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. 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 We're going to take 3 more of these breaths. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Take the last one. Make sure you really focus on that mantra. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. This time, say it in the mind only. So jumping straight into the next form of mantra meditation for the next 5 or 6 minutes is called kirtan. And kirtan is, again, using the particular mantras. And the way it works is there'll be someone who will lead a chant, and then usually it's a communal form of meditation, really, really lovely communal form of meditation. So the person would lead the chant, and then the group of people would then respond with the same mantra in the same melody. So it's a call and response style. The mantra we're going to use today is Aum Hari Aum. It will be in the description if you need a visual reference. But one thing I always say before I start, and for those of you who've had me teach kirtan before, you're probably sick of me saying this, but even though I've got a guitar and there's going to be a melody, don't worry about whether or not you can carry a tune or how good your voice sounds. It doesn't matter. What matters is how much you focus on the mantra itself. So the amount to which you immerse yourself is directly proportionate to how much benefit you're going to gain from it. If you focus on how your voice sounds, you're going to miss out on the benefit of the practice. So you can have 2 people, the best singer in the whole universe and the worst singer in the whole universe. It makes no difference. The difference that it gets made is how much you immerse yourself in it. So I highly encourage you to just really give it a try, be open-minded and open-hearted. Aum Hari Aum. Your turn. before I leave you, I'm just going to go through that silent witness meditation just one last time. And as you go through your day today, really try and be mindful of this wonderful saying, because it can really help put your mind, the thoughts of your mind, into perspective. So again, if you'd like to close your eyes and just repeat after me in your own mind, or out loud if it helps. I am the silent witness. I make no effort to think, but thoughts come automatically. I am watching the thoughts flow through my mind, but I am aloof from them. I am the silent witness of my mind's activities. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're feeling energized and ready to take on the day, whatever may lay ahead. Hopefully I'll see you very, very soon, and take care. Namaste. I think we're still here.